Well, it's Friday, the third month, first day already, March the 1st. This is TB here to conclude and finish up what I was talking about on building a shelter to live in. Your wiki-ups are a quick, easy shelter to build, quite a bit like a teepee. You just take and tie 3 poles together, extend them out. I didn't give details on how to build one earlier, and I guess I need to clarify myself on that. No one said anything about it, but I get to looking at my videos and thinking about things I said or didn't say. That I'm used to those things. I don't think about y'all might not know. Wiki-ups are just a little one-room shelter. It's not very big. Well, it depends on how big a shelter you make it into, how big it'll get, but you know, it's probably not going to be over I say a 6 or 8 foot span room, and you can build them big enough where you can, if you want to, you can dig out a fire pit inside and let the smoke go out the top. But most of us put the fire pit outside and build a shelter over it. I have done that too, to keep the snow and the rain from putting your fire out. I can show you how to do that later on. But talking about the wiki-up, all it is a tripod thing, kind of like that. Only got 3 of them, and one back and 2 in the front with an opening. Face your wiki to the south is best, in my opinion. That keeps the northern wind from blowing in on you. Number one, your door's going to be open. Unless you got something to put over your door, it'll be an open door. You can put a deer skin over it to work. Any type, or a wool blanket if you have it. You can use bisqueen or plastic if you have it. And that's what I would put over the top of it if I was you. Some type of trash bags will work. Some type of plastic cover will keep the rain off of you through that wiki-up. Now, to keep it, if you want it warmer, then you're going to have to stack a lot of debris on it. Start out with your strong limbs. You got 3 poles you cut, and I like to use at least a 7-foot wiki, so if I want to stand up in it I can, but it's just a tripod thing. See, I'm only 5'10", so 7 feet gives you plenty of room to stand up and stretch if you needed to inside the shelter. You can go with 8 foot if you want. I don't care, whatever poles you want to cut, but you got to remember, whenever you widen them out at the bottom, that's going to drop it down. So keep in mind it may need to be 10 or 12 feet poles to get it high enough to suit you whatever height you want. But the lower you keep it, the warmer it's going to be over you. They keep that in mind too. Okay. Well, with that being said, once you get your tripod up with your strongest poles, then you can tie in a pole across the middle, all the way around the middle, or tie a pole in there from post to post is the way I do it anyway. Everybody has a different way of doing it probably, but this is the way I do it to make it stronger. And I'll weave those posts through it, the up and down brush like this, weave it together. And I may go with 2 poles across there around there, just depending on how tall you make your wiki up. And then after you get it all weaved together, well, that part's tight, you're going to have a lot of air holes in it, fine, on the first layer. Then you start layering it with some bark, and look for moss bark to put on the outside of your wiki. Leave your bigger pieces of bark for last. Keep filling it in with lots of debris, lots and lots of brush till you get it anywhere from 3 to 5 foot thick to keep the air out. That's my suggestion. You can go deeper if you want to carry more over there and pile it. It don't matter to me, but the idea is to keep the air and wind off of you and to keep the rain out. Then you put that bark I was telling you about. You look around for old dead trees that's down, that's got bark, moss bark on it. Moss will help. If it's got kind of mossy, it will help to shelter you and keep the rain off of you and the snow. Keep you dry. These are just one-room shelters like a teepee type home that you can put up. Now, this is just a suggestion. If you was to buy you some property for you, if you're a bachelor, you can live that way. If your girl don't mind and you got a woman with you and she's your second, your better half, and she wants to live in that, with you on that, then great. But I have never had one that would. But I'm just saying she wouldn't stay long when she sees your nice wiki up. But anyway, what I'm saying is it's a temporary shelter that you could stay in while you're building you a cabin or something better, a better shelter to live in. Yeah, what is a shelter? It's a warm, dry place and a place to store and keep your stuff safe while you're away. That's what a shelter is. Now, granted, my shelters were booby-trapped, which is strictly against the law. I mean, you don't come into one of my houses and not expect to get into a trap, like a bear getting his foot caught in a bear trap, shall we say. You wouldn't do it in my house. But here's the thing. It's illegal what I just said about traps in a house. You can be sued by the law, but or be jailed for it if you injure someone. Don't do what I just said, but because the law will sack you over it, protecting your own interest, to protect your home and protect your property. Well, I still believe in the old laws. I don't put a hand up on another, and they don't put their hand up on me. I don't do these things to other folks, and I expect the same respect from them. If they don't know that, they'll learn the better of it dealing with Mike Thompson. But that being said, that's just the way it is with the way it should be anyway. You should have the right. This is what I believe. You should have the right to protect your home, your life, and your property. Your life is your family and yourself, and your home is your home, and your property is yours and your stock. Now that's just what I believe. Now that's not the law. That's what I believe in. Now here's another thing. They tell us, oh, it's all right to carry a firearm and conceal it, long as you pay Big Brother. I never have thought that was right. I think that we should all be allowed to carry a firearm, as the Second Amendment says so in the Constitution, that the government no longer honors. That it should be strapped on the outside your breeches or in a shoulder holster in plain sight, one or the other, for all the honest world to see. Now, granted, I can deal them a little faster than most folks. Not saying that I can't be killed, because I'm flesh and blood too. But I'm saying is, I wear my gun where all honest folks can see it, and I can deal them a lot faster than I look. Now, with that being said, my beliefs and what the law is two different things. So y'all don't want to do what the Thompsons do, or what we do, because you can be arrested for carrying a weapon, and there's certain places you cannot carry a weapon. And I honor their house like they have to honor mine too. And my house is my house, their house is their house. With that being said, in my vehicle, it belongs to me and not the government, not the law. It belongs to me. That makes it my house. Now, they can bust me if they catch you carrying weapons in a vehicle and it loaded. Now, I don't carry them loaded in the vehicle, but I do carry weapons. Not just guns. I carry many different types of weapons, as well as tools to work with. But nevertheless, that's beside the point. You can be busted for that kind of thing if they want to. They won't bother you. The law won't if you don't go making an ass of yourself or making threats or trouble. That's the thing. We got to stay within the laws. But I do believe that my house is my house. Now, if they come down and they bust into your home at night, and I don't know who it is, I'm not going to have time to listen or hear who the hell it is. Once they kick my door in, that's it. I will empty every gun in the house just as fast as lightning as I can, destroying everything in my path, because that's the way it is. Or you're dead. Because sometimes gangs will bust in your homes, depending on where you live, and you don't know if it's the law or gang or whatever. You ain't got time to tell the difference at night when somebody busts in on you. And you can be killed, that's right, even if you have a gun and you use it. Don't matter. With that being said,